METYouth. Welcome all, welcome. I am Josh, and this is and we are going to be reading your announcements and game time for tonight. So if you guys can all be quiet, please. Thank you. And I'm going to let Zara explain what our game for today is going to be, so I'll pass it off to her.
So today we're going to be playing a game called Gift. You and a partner are going to come up here with a bucket in between you two.
You're gonna watch the demo, all right, guys? We gotta do this properly, all right?
We all say any body part such as shoulders, knees, toes, and then when I say gift, one of you has to grab the cup and put it over your head, and whoever doesn't get the cup goes back to the seat.
He grabs the cup. Can I wrestle it out of his hands before it's on his head?
Absolutely, you can. So yeah, that is a game. You're going to get into partners, and you're going to come on up to the front, and there's going to be, as I was saying, the, whatever it's called, in the middle between you guys. And then you guys are going to battle over it. Okay, guys, so I need some volunteers. So, if you guys would like to play, no, you don't need hands. Come on up to the front if you'd like to play. Bring yourself and a partner. Bring yourself and a partner. And okay. Okay, folks, so much room up here. That's good, but we have some room for more contestants. So if you guys want to come on up, then just send it. So yeah, you guys can find a space on the floor. Put the bucket in between you. Leaf, bucket in between you. Bucket in between you. Bucket, perfect. Nice. There you go.
Outside. What do you mean?
Yeah. So you put the bucket in between you. Yeah. And then
Knees, head, whatever, and then you gift, and you gotta grab it.
Yeah.
What do you use your hands?
You can use your hands.
Oh, you can?
But you have to touch your head, touch your knees,
And then all of a sudden you say gift, and then you grab it. Make sense?
All right, we're going to do 2 quick practice rounds, and I'll pass up to Zara. She's going to be saying the body parts. You guys can listen up real close, and I'll pass it off to her. So listen up.
Head, shoulder, knees, toes, head, gift.
There we go. That's practice round number 1. That's number 1. Now number 2. Right here. Let's go.
Head, shoulder, knees, toes, head, knees, toes, gift.
Alright. I think they've had enough practice. What do we think? Have they had enough practice?
Yep.
Yeah? Alright.
There'll be more body parts added, so.
Yeah, so listen up. We gotta listen real close, because more confusing body parts are gonna be added. Like, she could say, like, your left foot, or like your right ear, or many other things. Alright, so listen up. And this is for real now, so walk in.
Head, shoulders, your left pinky toe, your right ear, nose, gift.
Alright, get out of here. If you didn't get it, get out of here. Come on. Let's go.
I'm totally not out.
Yo, get out of here, Riley. Get out of here. Alright, so you can now find a new partner and put the extra bucket to the side, and we're going to play again. So keep going, folks. Find a partner, find a new partner. Okay.
Audience, feel free to cheer whoever you support. So head, shoulders, nose, your partner's hair, toes, ear, gift.
All right. Round number three coming up. All right, so put those extra buckets off to the side. Perfect. And pair up. Find a new partner. Find a new partner.
Head, shoulders, knees, head, your partner's shoes, your partner's hair,
Ooh.
little pinky toe, gift.
Ooh. All right. Getting down to our final, our top competitor. Just a few left. Yep, pair up. Yeah, we do have, it looks like an odd number up here. So I need real quick a volunteer. Yeah, I saw your hand go up pretty quick, but that feels biased. It's my little brother.
Pick someone from the back.
What do we think? All right, Ben, you can head on in. All right, and you can go against Sam right here. Oh well, that sounds unfair, anyways. Yep. Can you go like this way so everybody can see? Like you scooch a little that way, and you go like more. Nice. Nah. Go for it.
Stomach. Feet.
Just come. Down to our final four. And then you know? Semi-final.
Ears, gift.
Done, very well done. Two left, two remain.
Nope.
And now it is the finals. Name, please. Your name, sir? You are. And who wants Leaf to win? And who? All right.
Shoulders, stomach, knees, toes, eyes, head, nose, knees, shoulders, gift.
Oh, it's a bottle! Oh! It's Leaf! All right, thank you all for participating. Thank you. Leaf, his whole group gets nothing, Tim. But he can get a sour key if he wishes. All right, perfect. And now we're going to head into some quick announcements for you. And yeah, go for it.
So January 2nd, we have our annual basketball event. So you guys can start making teams with your friends and whatever so that we could prepare for the day. And then we also have the Christmas party / talent show coming up. So like you guys can get your skits done and musical numbers and whatever for the day.
Yeah, for sure. So, and also for the basketball event, that's also like there is a basketball tournament, but if you don't like basketball, like me, you can also just like hang out and chill with your friends and whatever. So there's plenty of time for that as well. Yeah, I think that's.
Sign-ups will be November for the coffee party, Christmas party and / talent show. So November's sign up.
Yeah, for sure. So more details for the Christmas party will be beginning of November. Yeah. Oh yeah, and we What's up, Greg? Go for it. Yeah, I know we are.
You have something else?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, there's 2 birthdays as well, but go for it. Okay, yeah, well, I think birthdays take priority. Yeah, so we have 2 birthdays in the house tonight. And can Sam and Frank Cleesby, wherever you are? Yeah, right there. Come on, you got to stand on up. You got to stand up. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's coming to the front. Oh, he almost came to the front. Dang it. That would have been... Actually, he told me earlier that he could come to the front and dance for us. No? No? Never mind. I'm getting out. Yes? He'll dance. He'll dance. The man says he'll dance. All right. This might be a never before seen moment. All right. Two, one. Happy birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday, dear Frank and Sam.
Dance? Play. So some people signed up to writing. Felt wrong. If there's any right there. These are your volleyball. Next slide. Next slide. Right. I scan the QR code. There's one on the entrance table as well, so you can scan the QR code and sign your team up.
Too. We'll email the QR code.
I don't know.
I'll email instead of the link. I'll email the QR code.
Oh, okay.
You can scan your phone.
Yeah. So sign up. We're going to begin next week, and I forgot the 2 teams that are going to start. The top 2. Go back a slide. Awesome. So Hamilton Hamsters and Freak Bob. Wonderful. You're playing next week. I think we're saying 6:30. 6:30. So you have to be here with your team 6:30, and we're going to start our intramurals.
That's great. All right. Come up, guys and a girl. I have one more announcement, and here it is. I'm just going to, there's no zawijania w bawełnę. I don't know how it's speaking. Oh, no beating around the bush. That's the equivalent. We're not going to be putting anything in cotton. If you have your phone with you, we ask you to put it away. If you didn't bring a paper Bible, you didn't read the email, obviously. But that's okay. If you use the phone for the Bible, well, today you just have to listen to it, and next week you can bring a paper Bible. Mentors, if you see somebody from their phone, ask him to put it away. We talked with your parents, and they were not very pleased about it. So today we'll just kindly remind you to put the phones away. If you want to take a picture of somebody, don't. Okay? And then when a small group comes, put your phones away as well. If you really can, if you're really just itching, like your hand is just shaking, then you need to seek help. There's going to be some good help. Last week, I don't know who it was, somewhere in the back. I wasn't here because I was called to some other duties. You were distracting people around, distracting Reese. That's very exciting, Leaf. I'm just going to call you out right now. Put your phone away, Leaf. Come on. Yeah, where's your phone? You see? Confiscated. Like that. Straight to jail. Oh! Hey, we planned this. You want extra time off, so it worked. You'll never see him again. All right. going to pray. Please. Is a question? No, it's too late for that. That might actually help with calibration. Oh. Okay. In prayer words. Thank you for the serenity.
Okay, everybody up on your feet. On your feet. I sought the Lord, and He answered me, and delivered me from every fear. Those who look on and are radiant, never be ashamed. Will never be ashamed. This poor man cried, and the Lord heard me and saved me from my enemies. The Son of God surrounds His saints. He will deliver them. He will deliver them. Magnify the Lord with me, and come exalt His name. Together glorify the Lord with me, and come exalt His name forever. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Oh, blessed is He who hides in Him. Oh, fear the Lord. Oh, all you saints, He'll give you everything. He'll give you everything. Magnify the Lord with me, and come exalt His name. Together glorify the Lord with me, and come exalt His name forever. Bless the Lord, and every day and night, never-ending praise. May our incense rise. Let us bless the Lord, and every day and night, never-ending praise. May our incense rise. Let us bless the Lord, and every day and night, and never-ending praise. And may our incense rise. Magnify the Lord with me, and come exalt His name. Together glorify the Lord with me, and come exalt His name forever, and magnify the Lord exalt his name forever. What gift of grace is Jesus my Redeemer? There is no more for heaven now to give. He is my joy, my righteousness and freedom, my steadfast love, my deep and boundless peace. To this I hold, my hope is only Jesus, for my life is wholly bound to His. Oh, how strange and divine, I can sing, all is mine, yet not I, but through Christ in me. The night is dark, but I'm not forsaken, for by my side the Savior, He will stay. I labor on in weakness and rejoice, for I need His power is displayed. To this I hold, my shepherd will defend me, and through the deepest valley He will lead. Oh, the night has been won, and I shall overcome, yet not I, but through Christ in me. No fate I dread, no, I am forgiven. The future sure, the price it has been paid. For Jesus bled and suffered for my pardon, and He was raised to overthrow the grave. To this my sin has been defeated, and Jesus now and ever is my plea. Oh, the chains are released, I can sing, and I am free, yet not I, but through Christ in me. With every breath, I long to follow Jesus, for He has said that He will bring me home. And day by day, I know He will renew me, until I stand with joy before the throne. To this I hold, my hope is only Jesus, and all the glory evermore to Him. When the race is complete, still my lips shall repeat, yet not I, but through Christ in me. When the race is complete, still my lips shall repeat, yet not I, but through guys can all take your seats.
how it progressed. It was the Christian nations that championed that. So it's not like Christians were downtrodden women. It was the Greeks and the Romans who considered women lesser than. In fact, it wasn't very uncommon for a husband to marry to a man who marry a woman, arranged wedding between two prominent families, and he would only have dealings with that woman in order to secure progeny, to have a son. And he would have a mistress or two or five that he would go and give affection to and do whatever he wanted there. But he would have absolutely nothing to do with his wife except for give me a son. That's just history. No, that's where the world was. And so he's writing wives whose word counts for nothing. In fact, in Jewish, we've heard it so many times, the testament of a woman was not regarded as anything. How countercultural was Jesus that he would stake his identity on the word of women at the resurrection to tell the men he rose from the grave. So because God doesn't consider people the way we do. God sees value and in every human being because every human being carries his image. And he equally cares about women and men. But with people, it's not so rosy. And so the women are coming to know Christ, the husbands would like it very much, and that brings tension. In fact, it brings suffering to the women. And into that, something that's a little bit counterintuitive. He says, subject to your own husbands. And what do you mean? He doesn't care about me. Like this is going to be so difficult to be a follower of Christ in this situation, and I'm supposed to be subject to him. He qualifies that in verse 2 where he says, he talks about seeing respectful and pure conduct. Those are reverential terms spoken in terms of their relationship with God. When they see your reverence and purity before God, something's going to change in them. That's the hope. That's what he's kind of encouraging them with. But the point is that in this relationship, the woman is not to seek out. That's what he's telling them. Don't seek out. Instead, seek what? For your husband to be a Christian. Right? That's what you guys are thinking? Because you had, yeah, cool, yeah. Right? Seek for him to become a Christian, right? So live with them, be subject to them, so that even though your word doesn't count for anything, your conduct, your life will show a change. And they will be wondering why. In fact, later on, chapter 4 or 5, I forget exactly where it is, Peter says that be ready, that when somebody asks you for the reason for the hope that's within you, you might have an answer. So it's not that we're not talking about God, but the word comes from nothing. Change life was actually going to bring something about. And then he goes on to talk about, so what does it look like to be subject? And he talks about a really beautiful thing. So he says, don't just dress up. It's not like you're not supposed to, by the way. If you braid your hair today, shame on you, right? No, it's not like that. And gold rings, good, nice. But if that's what you stake your identity in, that's the point, then there's a problem. There's something inside of you that is supposed to attract your husband, or attract others, not necessarily to you, but to Christ. Right? So he says, let your, verse 4, let your adorning be the hidden person of the heart, with the imperishable beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which in God's sight is very precious. Gentleness, kind of, the quiet spirit is not like just sit in the corner and be quiet. It's this composed nature. Even if he comes against you and starts somehow, causing you pain and grief and suffering, you are with patience bearing that. That's what this quietness means. You are able to withstand it so that through your conduct, he might come to know Christ. And then he goes on to talk about Sarah. Now, for instance, the whole women who hope in God used to adorn themselves as Sarah, Abraham, calling him Lord. So there you go, you should call your husband Lord, right? Here's the amazing thing about this, Genesis 18. What he's talking about, he's talking about, to these women, speak of your husband high, whether he's present or not. Always lift him up. Always honor him in your speech. even if it's in your heart, Genesis 18, the only place where Sarah calls Abraham Lord, and it's in her own mind as she's wrestling with something that God told her. God says, you're going to have a child, and she's like, how will I give a son to my Lord? She's talking to herself because she honors her husband. She respects him even though nobody's looking. And so that's what Peter is calling ladies too. These ladies who are in difficult situation, gentleness, patience, forbearance, honor him. He doesn't love you, love him. He doesn't care about you, care about him. He doesn't say a good word to you, speak highly of him. Let's hear you. Why would you do it? Like, right? I mean, come on. Why not to seek out? That's where the other context comes in. Because if I ask you, what is the greatest desire you would have for your spouse? You don't have to answer to me, just think about it. The greatest desire for a spouse, what would be just the greatest desire? What Peter's telling them that your greatest desire should be for your husband to know Christ. How else will he find out about him if your life will not point to him? It's like, but it's so difficult. That's why chapter 1 and 2 are so key, because it begins with this beautiful statement that when you come to know Christ, and some of you are not there, but there's this amazing reality when one day you come to know Christ, and for many of you it is a reality. It's like it just changes you. Suddenly it's like, I'm good. No matter what, it's like I'm good. There is newness about me. There's light. I'm accepted. I belong. God desires for me to truly live. It's amazing. It's the most amazing thing. In fact, Peter goes, as I was speaking about a long time ago, he goes this exclamation, like, blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, who has blessed us with every spiritual blessing. Like, it's amazing. He's like, he's just beside himself. He cannot fathom want him because he knows himself. Like, we talk about Peter who denied him, Peter who just ran away, Peter who always said the wrong thing, Peter who was just such a great leader, but such a coward in the end. God wanted him. Peter's just amazed. God wants you. That should amaze you. Because there are things about your life you'll never tell anyone. Never tell anyone. Because you would shrink in shame. But God sees through your shame and sees you and says, your life is worth my son's life. Your life. Anything for it. And so he sent his son to lift you up and to say, there is goodness I want to speak into you. So that's the reality for Christians. Like, it's an amazing thing. And then he says in verses 13 to 16 how that moves us to desire to be like him, to be holy as God is holy. Like, if you're a Christian, that should be something that just like, okay, how can I now resemble him? How can I live and walk in the way that points? It's amazing. Well, I guess I should imitate him. And he talks about that. We come to him and now he's building us into a temple. Which is like a weird language. Like, what is a temple? What are temples for? Anybody? This is not a reference. They house gods. Okay, yeah, right. They're for worshiping. Cool. What else? What are temples for? Is that it? Yeah, Ben. Pray, so you come to commune with that God, yeah? You offer sacrifices, right? So you kind of make yourself acceptable to God or something like that, yeah? To honor God. So the temples are those meeting places where you go into the nearness of some deity and do whatever you do to commune with that being, right? The amazing thing is that God, that Peter says right now what God is doing you, that in you, through you, is that as he works, you become a meeting place of him for others to experience him. So that other people will come in touch with your life, they will meet God. They will see who He is. They will be able to connect with Him and desire Him and find life in Him. That's an amazing thing. Like you can do probably many things. Like I don't know, you gotta be famous and probably like some of you play hockey leagues. Chad plays hockey, right? You play hockey. Very famous. You're very famous, right? I don't know, maybe you're gonna do a painting or very famous. You might leave an imprint on this world. You'll never leave a greater imprint of eternity being born in somebody else's heart. Like I'll never forget Gosha. I'll never forget her. She introduced me to Christ. She introduced me. I have no idea where she is now. But so often, I just simply say, God, thank you. Thank you for sending her. And that's what God does with us now. And He's creating this desire. It's not just I have it. That's amazing. I want others to have it. And so that's why, with this background, that's why He speaks to Christian women who just came out of peril, came out of whatever worship, out of the as they trusted in God, and that means suffering, that means difficulty, so they mean it. You know what I mean? This is not like, oh, I guess I'm going to be Christian. It's like, if I become a Christian, my world will come crashing down, and they're like, I am in. And so He reminds them in chapter 2, this is what you have. Don't you want that for your husband? And the answer is yes. That's the only reason. That's the only reason that He gives them to stay in that. Because it honors God to make Himself through that life into that person. There's no promise that He will become a Christian. But their obedience to the purposes of God, of verses 9 to 14, of proclaiming the excellencies of Him who called you out of darkness to His marvelous light. Without purpose, He's defining and has the potential of changing the life. That's hard. That's hard. But coming to Christ is not easy. So now they gain a reason for not seeking out, but for seeking the life of their person. And then goes in verse 7 to husbands. Likewise, husbands. I'm going to bring it home for us. Wait. Don't be like, okay, because you guys are not married yet. Anybody, high schoolers, married? Some of you think you are, but you're not. Okay. Likewise, husbands, live with your wives in an understanding way, showing honor to the woman as the weaker vessel, since they are heirs with life, so that your prayers may not be hindered. Question: what stood out for you from this little thing? Don't be ashamed. Just say it. What stood out? Yell it out. Just yell it. No, would have just read. Okay, again. Likewise, husbands, live with your wives in an understanding way, showing honor to the woman as the weaker vessel, since they are heirs with you of the grace of life, so that your prayers may not be hindered. Okay, well, that's a godly man right there. Anybody else? What's stuff? Okay, anybody else? Weaker vessel stood out? Okay. You're like, right? It's not, hey, come on. Right, it's true. I think pretty much everybody who reads that is like, weaker vessel. Right? The meaning, frankly. Though it's not, because on average, the male bone mass structure is a little bit different than female. So I'm not saying I can lift more than all of you, probably not. But Josh, you've been working out, man. No, so that's just like a physiology. So, but this is very key. What should stand out for us? I agree with you. That stands out for me as well. What should stand out for us are things I don't. The first one is live with your wives in an understanding way. That should stand out for us. It would stand out for people in the first century. I'm going to tell you why in a second. And the other one is with you of the grace of life. Those two things are completely undermining everything, the culture that Peter and his friends were living in. Completely. Understanding way, this word speaks of showing affection, of knowing your wife, of wanting, of working closely and listening and being present and allowing her to find comfort and safety in you. The very thing that the husbands would not be doing in that culture. Marriage is just continually making sure your line doesn't die out. Women were just the objects. They were treated without dignity. So Peter is speaking to husbands. They are to live in a countercultural way. Like, I'm sure right now, it's like if I asked you ladies, would you marry somebody who doesn't for you? Like, who would be like, oh yes. Are they rich? Right? Probably, right? You wouldn't. I mean, this is the culture of romance and warmness and everything like that, right? Like, hey, forget that. And then this idea of they are heirs with you. That's why in the Bible so often you see, and that's kind of offensive as well, that God, all believers, she calls them sons of God. So ladies, you are called sons of God. Which you should not get offended, because guys, you call the bride of Christ, right? So there you go, there's a counterbalance there. But sons, he used that sons of God, in culture, only sons inherited. Only sons counted for something. Only sons had the access, undiminished access to the Father. That's why the Bible applies this cultural notion to all believers. So that we will understand that God views us differently. And here just spells it out. They are heirs with you of the grace of life. They are the same as you. The footing is level at the cross. It's so different. It's so different. He calls them to show dignity. Dignity to women. And then he frames that with a very strong phrase at the very end. So that your praise will not be hindered. Like, you better not mistreat God's daughter, because he will shut you out. And he's serious about it. It's not like, oh, you should maybe, perhaps, one day. He's like, if you're not doing it, I have no regard for you. So that's context. Text, explain a little bit. What do we do with that? All right. Well, talk about your small groups. No, I do have one thing. There's no screen. I just a word on dating. Okay, just on dating. I have to. Right? It's so close. Here's what I'd say about dating. Just one thing. Like, you really have to think about why you're doing this. Like, what's the reason? The call on your life as a Christian, the call on your life is to proclaim the excellencies of him who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. To live in such a way that everybody around you would see your life and glorify God. And I don't know exactly what's happening in your datings in today's day and age. Maybe I don't want to know. But you think about it. Like, if you say, I follow Christ, how does this overarching purpose, you want water, Steph? I'm not saying. How does this overarching purpose, this aim that you gladly and will give yourself to, oh my goodness, I'm blessed with everything. Why would I not live for him? I want to proclaim him. How does this speak into your dating? And then the other thing is, like, just goodness, like, looking even at this text, who are you dating? And what kind of person are you in the dating relationship? That's what it kind of applies. So, but here's 2 points. Two points that come out of this text I'm trying to bring into the senior high world of the 21st century. Here's the first one. Your life can be a powerful witness for Christ. Just no question about it. That's what he's called their lives, to be a powerful powerful witness to Christ. Because even if they have nothing, they have a lot to say, they have nothing to say in a relationship, their very lives speak so loudly that the husband will notice. The husband is going to ask questions. That the husband is going to wonder, like, why is this so different? Christ changes us. He changes us. He makes us gentle. He makes us patient and forbearing. He makes us people who bring life, who speak a kind word. He makes us to be people who resemble Him in our relationship. Your life can have some impact on those around you. And I'm not saying don't ever speak of Christ. Oh my goodness, I hope you speak about Him all the time. But how much more powerful it is when you speak of Christ and your life displays Christ. That's what it's getting at. There is a change. Is there a change? Do you see a change in you? That God is convicting you of and you're wrestling with it. You don't want to give it up. Are there sins or there maybe habits or patterns you're just stuck in? What God is inviting you to is to an eternal impact on the people around you. And one way to do it is through the life that submits to God. Through a life that seeks to proclaim His excellence no matter where you are. Powerful people. You know those people, I don't know, maybe you do, maybe you don't. I think you do. There's a few people in my life that I look at them and there's something very different about them. I'm not saying they're quirky, they play risk all the time and exploding kittens and whatever else. You just look at them, there's this weird peace and joy about them. There's this calmness. Like, where is this coming from? And then I know it's coming from, right? Because I know that there's a following of Christ, and I can just see that. Sometimes you enter the room and there's this presence. That's what you're called to. To this presence. Why would you do it? Don't you want others to know Christ? Don't you want others to see how amazing He is? Like a powerful witness. And then the second one. Your life can deeply affirm another's dignity. That's what He's talking to husbands about, right? Come on. They are your fellow heirs. Come on. Come on, they're image bearers. How many people in your circle of influence struggle with their sense of worth? How many people in your classes, how many people in your friends' circles think they don't mean that much at all? You can speak life into them. By the way you come around them, by the way what you say, by the demeanor you show, by the embrace that you show, by your life, you can come and impact them and remind them of great value that they carry. Your life can lift the dignity of another's life. We live in this stupid world where it's so to destroy somebody. And what do you call it? Cancel culture or something? Yeah. How about the affirmation culture? I just made that up, so it's not very good. You had time to think about it. Come on. Cool idea. Hashtag affirmation culture. But you know what I mean? Like a kind word. There's this song by Toby Mac, Speak Life. Anybody knows that? Somebody. So speak life. Yo, seriously. Tomorrow, there's someone who walks in darkness. I'm not talking about sin. I'm talking about a shadow over them. I'm talking about gloom that just descends. I'm talking about depression. I'm talking about loneliness. And you can come because Christ changed you and speak life in that person's life. And this is joy. And his joy for that person and for you, and for the Father who is pleased in his display of his acceptance, mercy, kindness, and love through us. And we pray, God, thank you so much that we can come to your word and consider some difficult truths, some countercultural ideas. But one is how much we need to hear them to be challenged in our own pathways. So I pray that in the small groups, the conversation will continue, and that you would allow for some concrete, very real displays of your person living in us to take place even tomorrow. Even today. Lead us. May we be the people who live with the desire to proclaim your excellencies wherever you send us. May our life match our words and our confessions.